Hello and welcome back to Public Knuisance. We have our very first guest on the podcast today. This is Anais.
Hi.
She runs Denver Techno with her business partner Simon, who unfortunately has a real job and couldn't be here with us today. We can't all be that lucky. But welcome, Anais, and thanks for coming on.
Thanks, Abbey. Thank you for having me. It's so exciting to get to talk about Denver Techno and the Denver music scene over here. I think it's great to be giving a voice to these underground things. So, yep, it's an honor.
Yeah. Well, you know that's our goal, is to just really kind of be able to talk about what everybody hasn't been talking about for the last 10 years, I would say. So let's just get into it. What is Denver Techno?
So Denver Techno is a production company. We do shows. We have our team of artists. We rent equipment out. Mostly we're a driving force behind the techno genre within our city. So frequently we do warehouse parties. We're working with all sorts of underground venues, really trying to expand the community. Me and my business partner have been at it for about 2 years now.
Wow.
And yep, it's just ramping up and up and up. And just the opportunities that we've been able to have through Denver Techno, it's amazing seeing how the city has received us so well and seeing how many people we've inspired to get more into techno and to dance. It's been an honor.
Awesome.
Yeah.
How many shows do you think you guys have thrown?
We've done 28.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
28. We're about to do 29 this month in July.
Okay.
So,
by the way, we are filming this on Thursday, June 19th, and I have officially decided that the official release date for Public Knuisance is July 4th. So you'll probably be seeing this on July 4th. And that's really exciting.
Yeah, so July 5th, or tomorrow, I guess, we do have a warehouse party featuring a Cuban hypnotic producer named Argon at this underground warehouse space. So that's really, it's going to be a really good one. It's a headliner that we've been dying to work with.
Ooh.
And then on the lineup also, we have a whole team of awesome Denver locals. We have Blake Bear, Jugster, Giraffe, and those guys are all just killer artists.
And I think it might even be possible to have Jugster and Giraffe on the podcast. So
yeah, I know they'd love that.
Yeah, I've actually already asked them, and they're both dying to be here.
Yeah.
Jugster was supposed to come today, but he can't find his car.
Sometimes it'd be like that.
Yeah. Anyway, all right. So if Denver Techno is kind of creating the techno scene in Denver, then where did the techno scene start?
So I wouldn't say that we're creating the techno scene in Denver. I'd say that we're developing it to reach new audiences. So previously the techno scene in Denver is definitely more of like an older crowd. You have groups like Techno Mama and Sorted, and it's been more kind of gate kept. And I don't mean that in like an offensive way.
Yeah.
But there was a big lack in the ability to reach the younger generation. And so what you hear a lot of in the techno community is TikTok techno. And that's going to be like the hyper poppy edits, and basically a lot of kids on social media, they started seeing that type of techno, which got them like techno curious is what I call it. But with these older production companies, there was nothing that was really marketing to that younger demographic, right? So Denver Techno has really bridged the gap between that, where we have the old heads there. We have the types of headliners that the more mature techno fans like, but we also have been more inviting to that younger generation. So we've made it more accessible. So I'd say in that way, we've really developed the scene a lot more. So it's like, even if you don't know much about techno, but you know that you like techno, you see our name, Denver Techno.
Yep.
And then that's how we're attracting a bigger audience.
Name, and I love the logo. Your guys' logo is one of my favorite things ever. I have DenTech stickers everywhere.
I designed the logo myself, and I got it tattooed on my arm as well. We might be changing the logo.
Shout out to Zane Tattoos.
Shout out to Zane Tattoos. As soon as I got the logo tattooed, our creative director was talking about how we should change it. And I was like, damn it. Dang it.
No.
But yeah, our logo, it's great to see it all over town on all of our merch, and everyone who comes to our shows is always wearing all of our t-shirts and hoodies and hats, and you especially, you're usually wearing a combination of all three.
Yeah,
so
I usually am triple techno, DenTech. Well, yeah, let's talk about one of the shows. So I specifically, I would say my like most memorable Den Tech show so far has been Chontane. You were out of town for that show.
Yes.
But I want to talk a little bit about my experiences at that show, and then you can kind of expand on what they are bigger than just that show.
Yeah, please.
So
I'm so sad I missed it.
It was, I know, honestly. First of all, the lighting for that show, insane. Absolutely insane. And I don't want to toot my own horn, but I ran the lasers and they looked really good. Also, shout out BP Rec. He'll also be on the show at some point. But from the minute that, so I got to the venue, I think that show started at 10 or 11.
Yeah, we go 10 to 5:30 usually.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the show started at 10. I got to the venue at probably 9. And Simon was already there with Chontane, and it was so foggy in the warehouse.
There's not a lot of ventilation in there.
You literally could not. I was like, we need to fix it. I can't breathe. There was not even anybody in there yet. You know, it was like just the homies kind of like dancing around. And it was, I was like, high road, turn down the fog. But I walked in and I met Chontane, and then shortly after I got there, his driver took him back to the hotel to get ready because he had a gig before. He had a regular headline show somewhere, and then came to the afters after that, I believe. Is that correct?
I don't believe that he had another show in Denver, but I know that he was coming from like on
So
tour, basically.
he just needed to go reset.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a lot traveling from gig to gig.
I bet.
I haven't had too many experiences of playing out of state, but when I do, it gives me a whole new respect for touring artists, because traveling and then going immediately to the warehouse or to the club, it's a lot. And having to get on stage, I respect that a lot. And he's coming from out of the country, so he's based in Germany. And one thing that Chontane said to us, which really made me happy, was that his Denver Techno experience was his favorite show that he'd played in the U.S.
Vibe in the U.S.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was incredible. That when you sent that screenshot to the group, I was like, oh my gosh. Chase, will you pull up a YouTube video for me? Just search Chontane. Chontane. Chontane specifically has this incredible talent where he does hybrid sets, which means he's spitting both real vinyl and digital records. Chontane.
And so back to what I was saying before, like this younger generation of techno curious kids, they don't know who Chontane is, but they trust the Denver Techno brand, and they know that if they're going to come to a Denver Techno party, that they're going to see something good.
Right.
So this is like our way of exposing those kids to something that's has a lot more depth and history and higher quality than maybe what they're going to see on their TikToks. Yeah. So it's an honor to be able to expose the younger generation to this really good music.
Yeah. And this is just kind of to give you an idea of what a hybrid set would look like. You could tell that those two, Anais, you explain what that equipment is.
So he has a Zone 96 right there in the middle, and then he has his two turntables. I don't really know, honestly, that much about the logistics of hybrid live setups. Okay. But you have a CDJ on the side over there, and basically he's going to be mixing from both the turntables and the CDJ using the Zone. So this is a Horror Berlin set, and they're a huge inspiration to us. We want to eventually start some sort of like Denver Techno live stream situation where we can record our artists when they come to town doing sets like this.
This would be incredible.
Yeah, definitely. But it's really cool because we experimented with recording our full sets from a couple of our headliners just live at the show with multicams and editing that down to try and start our YouTube. Turns out that's a lot more difficult than it sounds.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah. So we've kind of restructured the idea to let's do something more like one camera, simple location like this.
Absolutely.
Because if we're bringing these amazing international artists to town, we might as well, get a full recorded set from them as well.
Yeah, and I'm always looking for, I don't know, like, you could probably turn this off now, Chase. I just wanted to kind of show who he was and what we were talking about is with hybrid vinyl sets. But I'm a kind of person, like, if I'm going, even if it's an artist that I am familiar with, I like to study before I go to a show.
Yeah.
I like to watch the content that they have. I like to kind of see their progression from what content they might have put out a long time ago and what their content that they have current is.
Yeah.
I like to see, like, how they are trying to portray themselves, so that I can kind of match their mindset when I get to the show. And when I tell you that I watched 10 hours of Chontane DJing before I came to Denver that weekend.
Really?
I'm not kidding. That video really, and I was so, as soon as he went on, I was like, I gotta go back there.
Yeah.
And I went backstage, and I was like, just watching him. And he's so incredible at planning, and like a hybrid of planning and acting on the fly. Like, we didn't have a light for him to see his vinyls. So we had to scramble, and we had to stack cases on top of each other, and we actually found one of these sunset lights and put it on the decks so he could see, and it ended up making the coolest photos.
I'm glad that you found that, because the last show that we did recently, there was no light to put on the stage. We really need to get on that, actually. Thanks for bringing that up.
Yeah.
We used my desk lamp.
Yeah.
So we were originally going to put it right there in the middle, and it's just this like dorky little lamp in the middle of the stage. And I'm like, no. We got to figure out anything but this. So yeah, lighting is really important, because a lot of people, when you start DJing, they think that it's going to be difficult because of all the buttons. In reality, it's difficult because usually you can't see shit. And it's like, even if you know what the buttons are, yeah, it's usually like a foggy, dark warehouse.
I don't know if you guys know this, but we don't need power to party.
So usually I keep a little flashlight on my keychain, because so recently I was playing at Vinyl. I was opening up for this group.
Not only does Anais run Den Tech, she is also a DJ herself. Anais Sasha is the name of that,
and my name,
project,
yeah,
and her real name.
My real name, yeah.
But yeah, so she is a DJ. So yeah, go on.
So I was playing at Vinyl with this duo, Bankrupt 90, and Vinyl was getting real funky with their lights, and every time they would cut the light before the break, I would lose complete sight of the entire board. I'm like, I'm trying to drop the track.
Lights?
No, he wasn't running lights. No, but it's like, wow, this is the most integral moment for you to be able to see the deck, and now it's pitch black.
Oh.
And thankfully, Zane Tattoos, he went and yelled at the lighting guys, like, she can't see anything. So then they fixed it.
Zane is serious. Zane is your personal bulldog.
Yeah. Every DJ needs their personal bulldog.
Every DJ needs their bulldog.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and that's actually, don't worry, it's not just you. I work with a bunch of different companies who throw parties, and nobody ever has a light for the decks.
Okay, good.
Even back home, when I'm throwing barn parties in Nebraska, nobody has a light for the deck. And this little sunset lamp that's on the wall behind me right here, I've used this exact lamp to light decks for international artists and barn parties. So
yeah, I'm gonna go on Amazon right after this and buy a damn light.
Yeah,
it's time. We
have
like thousands of dollars worth of equipment, but no way to see it.
But you know, that is kind of funny, because so when the first show that I ever ran lights for was the Chontane show. Well, helped run lights for, and we didn't have, I don't remember, and I doubt you know what it's called either, but it's where the lighting people can see the music.
Okay.
Whatever that connection is, we didn't have for the Chontane show.
Yeah.
And I also learned to run the lasers and didn't realize that I could see what I was running on the screen.
Yeah.
Like, I was just doing it by feeling and memorizing where the buttons were.
Uh-huh.
And I don't only like to do it that way now. Like,
yeah, it's intuitive.
We tried to, and it felt like dancing with the DJ.
Totally. I've gotten a chance to play around with the BP Rec lighting setup a little bit. And if you spend years and years and hours listening to dance music, you kind of get an intuition about it, because everything's in like 4 bars, basically. So you can kind of predict when the drop is going to happen, when a breakdown's going to happen. Like, oh! And if you miss it, yeah.
But when you hit it, it's like a feeling that's
it's like playing Dance Dance Revolution.
Yeah. Oh Light Revolution.
Yeah, Light Revolution. Which is funny, though, because I think one of my earliest exposures to any sort of electronic music was through Dance Dance Revolution, and I was obsessed. So yeah, definitely Dance Dance Revolution was where it all began for me.
Let's talk about that. Where were you?
I must have been like, I don't know, like 4th or 5th grade, and I had the mats in my room too.
Had it at home?
I had it at home.
Oh my god.
And to this day, it is my dream to buy an arcade standard Dance Dance Revolution machine.
Speak it into existence.
So once I have my Denver Techno warehouse, which, mark my words, it will happen, there will be a DDR.
No.
Yeah, there will be a DDR